everyone, welcome back to Soko. My name is CJ and this is my niece
Arabella.
And today's video is the continuation of what we did yesterday, which is the cookie dough, how to make a cookie dough. And today we are making a strawberry and watermelon granita. This is something that you could do and have with your family, or when you're entertaining. We're going to show you the basic one, that is having it as a breakfast, and entertaining, or having it as a dessert, or having it as a drink, or adding alcohol to it to serve it as a cocktail. So we've got all the preps here. This is the strawberry, and this is the watermelon. This is the sugar content. We will give you all the measurement and everything in the description box below. This is the lime, the grated lime skin, and this is the lime itself. We've got the food processor here. Those of you who have not watched the previous video, we talked about this beautiful machine from Amazon. In the previous video, we showed you how to use the mixing tool. Today, we are going to use the food processor. So yes, this is the food processor. We are going to put the watermelon, the strawberry in there to process it before we take it to boil. So let's get started. I'm going to ask my niece, baby, where's your gloves?
Well, good question.
And where's your apron?
We haven't got them on, so we're going to get ready and then we're going to come back and we're going to show you how to make the most amazing granitas ever.
Yes. Now, people always ask me what I'm wearing. I'm wearing a Zara oversized poplin shirt, and the jewelry I'm wearing is also from a friend of mine who is just about to open an online business, and it comes as a set, the earrings and this, and a bracelet as well. So if you're interested, you can leave your details at the bottom in the description box, and we will talk about how to get it to you. So yes, after everything, I think after her website is all done, you'll be able to visit her website. She's got so many beautiful pieces. But in the meantime, if you are desperate and you want one of these, then yes, just send me a note and I will send you the details. So now, going back to the food processor, baby, are you going to put the watermelon? And
the first thing we're going to do is that what you should do first is you should prep your lime skin so that it's all grated. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to make a syrup to go inside the watermelon and the strawberry when you're going to blend it. Because the first step is to make the syrup. It's like a sugar lime syrup, and then we're going to blend. So what we're going to do first is grab our lime,
and our sugar,
and then your actual lemons, and you're going to bring them to the boil with your water as well. So now that your water's boiling, you're going to let it, So now you put your water in the boil, you're going to let it just settle for about a minute.
We've just put 200 milliliter of water into the pan, and we are boiling it for a bit.
Just to get it hot, and then when it's warm, what we're going to do is we're going to add the sugar, the lemon rind, the lime rind. So when the water is now hot, what we're going to do is going to add the sugar, the lime rind, and then squeeze the juice from the lime into it to create a nice syrup. I can even see it bubbling now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the sugar in, and then also put in the lime rind. This should be on the pan for about 6 to 8 minutes at the maximum, and then you're just going to mix it with a little spoon.
Remember, we're going to leave all the ingredients in the description box below. With this particular one, I am no fan of sugar, so we're supposed to have used 100 grams of sugar, but we use 60. Even I have to fight my knees because she wanted to use it all, and it's me who is gonna eat it. So I begged her that I don't take sugar at all. So we limited the grams to 62. So yes, and she's now going to squeeze the lime juice in there.
You can see it's bubbling, and that's basically going to create your syrup that you're going to later use in the food processor. Leave that there and then let it just boil for a further probably about 4 minutes. So after boiling your lime, your sugar and your water together, what you're going to do is you're going to let it set for a bit, just so that it can get colder and it's not straight hot from the pan when you're about to sieve it.
So set it for about 2 to 3 minutes, or
I just
3
say
to 5 minutes.
However long it takes for your syrup to get cool.
Yes, it depends on how many content the amount of syrup you've got.
It just depends on however long, or maybe the strength of the fire that you were using at the time.
Okay, all right.
So you're going to let it sit, and then after you let it sit, what you want to do is transfer the contents into a sieve, so you can get all of the lime
particles out.
All of the lime rind out, so that it doesn't come into your final mixture. So just let that sit and then sieve it. Okay guys, so as you can see, we're back with our syrup that's cooled down.
Yes.
And we have water and the strawberries in front of us. So now what we're going to do is we're going to blend it all. Personally, I like to blend it bit by bit, because you don't want to overwhelm the food processor with too much, because what can actually happen is everything can go
explode
everywhere. So take it bit by bit, there's no rush. You're going to have your Granita at the end of the day. So do honours. I'm going to unlock it. The great thing about this is that you have, as we said in the last video, everything won't work unless everything is in place. So this is locked into place. As you can see, there's a padlock. You have to unlock it, and then it's perfect to come out. So we're going to put this in first, just bit by bit. I wouldn't even try and go straight up to the maximum line. I just keep it a bit under the maximum line, and then we're going to put some of the watermelon in as well. So what should we use? And the great thing, one of my favourite parts of this whole processor is that you have this amazing tool here. So whilst everything is blending, feel free to add more into the processor through this little chute, and then you can close it here. It's perfect. And it even has measurements on the side, which are so helpful for anyone cooking. So I'm going to add a bit of the syrup that we did. As you can see, it's still quite hot, but we're going to add the tiniest bit. And this is basically like a constant cycle. What you're going to keep doing for about 10 to 15 minutes, just to making sure it's blended through, because you want to make sure that it's blended through smoothly and it's an even mix when you put it into the pan and freeze. So I always like to start off, because I'm always super scared of getting too trigger happy.
So you go slow.
I start slow.
Slow, coach, come on.
I start slow, and then we can work our way up from there. As you can see, it's such a powerful blade that even on minimum, it does a lot.
Yes.
As you can see, it's getting smoother. And now, as I was saying before, what you can do is feel free to add the rest of your mix through here, which is great, because you don't have to keep on doing it all the time.
This is it.
And then what you should end up with at the end of doing all of this is a really even, smooth consistency that's perfect to put into the freezer, and it's great for your granitas. At home, well, we had it with a bit of vodka. We used Ciroc red vodka, just make it a bit of a cocktail.
Yeah, like I said, you can have it as a breakfast, you can have it as a family drink without alcohol. And when you invite the boys and the girls around, you can add a bit of alcohol.
Yeah.
And create your own. Call it whatever you want to call it.
I'm just going to add a bit of the syrup now.
I think it's the cheapest way of entertaining and such a unique way.
It is, and it's such a nice drink. It really is perfect for summertime as well because it cools you down. It's a really, really cooling drink.
When I had it, I wanted more.
Yeah.
So be aware or assured that when you're making it, you need to make a big one,
yeah.
especially for entertaining. And if you're a family of 5 or 4 like I have, we are all greedy people.
We're all eating.
Yes.
And the thing about this as well is that it's best served straight after you finish it. So you're going to want to have enough to make sure that if you want more, there is the option of having more. So we're just going to go back and we're going to go back into blending this.
I tell you, children love this so much. My niece, when Bella first made it, she was all over it. And not only children, I was so much into it.
And this is such a much healthier option than having ice cream when it gets cool down in the summer. We're gonna do, so that we don't get the food processed too overwhelmed, we're gonna transfer it into another bowl so that we can go back to basics again and have it empty for the rest of the ingredients. So this is a bowl we're going to be using to freeze our granitas in. Best bowl to use or best pan to use is a shallow pan that's long and it's really easy, perfect, simple. And what you're going to do is you're just going to pour everything out.
Okay.
Now we're going to add the rest to make the final part of the dessert. Perfect. Add in the mix. And this is such a cheap dessert to make as well, and you can carry making it over and over again. All you really need is watermelon and strawberries, and you really doesn't have that in the fridge anyway, and just a bit of sugar, and it can literally, it's a great way to keep the kids cool down, chill out in the summer, but much healthier than them having Haagen-Dazs, Magnums or whatever over and over again.
Also, I think you can use any type of melon depending on which one is your preference, so it's entirely up to you.
Yeah, feel free to, as I said with every recipe,
You need to be very creative and
adapt
use the
it.
fruits.
Yeah, and show us how you're doing it. If you change the recipe, let us know because we want to try it as well.
Or if you've got any other ideas that you want to share with us, it would be great to tag us on Instagram. Or leave your comments.
Don't forget Facebook as well. And if you've had granitas before, tell us what you think of our recipe. Do you like it? What should we change?
What should we change? What should we add on? What should we take out?
Yeah.
You'll be good. To grab your So voila, it's all done now.
Literally takes less than a second and we're all done. So now, with that being said, what we're going to do is we're going to transfer it. Okay. And so the next step is putting it into the freezer. When you put it in the freezer, what you're going to do is you're going to check on it every 20 to 30 minutes. With granitas, you expect it to take about 2 to 4 hours to be fully chilled and ready. Because what you're going to do is every 20 to 30 minutes when you're checking it,
turn it over with your fork.
With your fork, you're going to make it, mash it into ice
and you mash it
into ice shards. You're going to go around the edges basically and make sure that everything is equally getting chilled. And so I'm a bit impatient. I know I'm waiting for up to 4 hours. So if you have the option of turning up the temperature in the freezer, please do that. Put it on express freeze or whatever you can do.
Or you can start in the morning if you're going to have it in the afternoon.
Yeah, a lot of people do
this in the evening.
In the morning.
But because we are having it's a show, we didn't want to do it before and bring it. So we are now going to put it in the freezer and we will come back with it and show you the end product.
We're going to check on it every 20 to 30 minutes and I'm going to show you our end product with the granitas.
And I know you're going to love it.
Perfect.
Yeah, baby, go and put it in the freezer then. So now we've got it out of the freezer. We've forked it, so as you can see. So we are going to dish it out and try it.
So we're going to try it in these great little flutes we have here.
These beautiful glasses.
And what we're going to do is we're going to just dish out how much you like. I'm going to be a bit greedy and have a lot because this is such a nice recipe.
It's delish. So add more. Add more. So this is mine. Look at how it turned out so beautifully. And if you have any other ideas or any other way of doing yours, you can also tag us on Instagram or on Facebook. You can share or leave your comment underneath.
And don't forget, you can also modify it by adding a bit of vodka to make it into a bit of a cocktail.
So this is just to have it as a breakfast or to share, have it as a lunch with the children.
And it's a great cooler in summertime.
And it just cools your body. But again, if you're entertaining and you want to serve it as a part of your entertainment, then you put alcohol in it.
So I'm going to try it now. Freedom.
It's so good. I'm so glad that you cut down the sugar. I am so glad.
All the juices are in there. It's really
You
chilled.
can taste anything, everything. I can taste the lime.
The lime, you can taste the strawberries, you can taste the melon. And it's literally everything's natural besides just the sugar. It's just a little bit. You can do without sugar if you feel.
You can put it in one of those
And when the
smoothie
smoothie cup.
You can bring it and let me show you too. You can bring one.
This would be a great way of serving it to the kids.
I think if you want to be greedy, this is the cup.
This is a cup throughout the day. You can carry on drinking it.
Maybe why don't you pour it in there? I need a spoon, would you?
This is just.
That's delicious. So cool.
It's a natural sweetener. So you don't have to feel guilty about having any of it at all. It's all completely natural. So you don't feel bad like you would with an ice lolly or ice cream. It's just, and it's quick and easy. It's super cheap to make as well. It's literally watermelon, strawberries, cast sugar, things you might have at home already during the summer months. So you might as well utilize them.
Any fruit. You can do it. I think you could do it with any fruit, to be honest.
And so you could do this with pineapple,
Especially the bananas that are going off.
Yeah.
That has got all the dimples. Anything. Sorry, anything that you like.
To just utilize what you have in your cupboards at home for a better purpose rather than leaving them there to rot or whatever. You can make so many nice cool smoothies. And if you make a cocktail, you have to have alcohol, it can be alcohol free. And then it's great because you can decorate it up. You can spice it up so many different ways. So personally, when I first served this, what I did was I kept the tops of the strawberries from when I first halved them before I blended them, and I just put them on top. Just dress up a little bit. There's so many different ways to
If
go
you like
about
cinnamon,
this.
you can sprinkle some.
That's like the last bit.
Anything.
And you see, the colour is so rich and appealing. Who doesn't want to drink this? It's gorgeous.
It's good.
So do let us know how yours feel when you try it, because we know you're going to try it. Let us know if you like it, let us know if you changed it, what did you add, what did you change, we want to
Whether you tweak it or you didn't tweak it, however yours turned out, just tell us. And if there was anything that you didn't do, we could always share it all over again. Other than that, thank you so much for sticking out with us.
Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell on so you know every single time there's a new upload. And everything has just
been so cool.
It tastes good, doesn't it?
It's so good. So thank you once again for watching.
Bye.
Bye.